To see the schedule they were on for the week, which was about 12 hours a day of rehearsal and about 2 hours of recreation, intermingled with a couple of times to eat, and about 6.5 or 7 hours to sleep. So they really worked hard these few days, and you can see the preparation has paid off. Has been a little warm at times. Existence for 1 year, and this is the 2nd year, and we've started with the full 300 strong, 250 wind players and 50 color guard. They represent over 80 schools across the state of Georgia, ages 16, and I think the oldest is a 22. They have to still be a full-time student. Hours and hours of private lessons that you've provided for those instruments that you've worked a second job to get for them. And it's, as it said, when you see them in these uniforms, it really, I tell you, it's this thrilling experience. So let's give them a hand. Or disoriented, please sit down and we'll have a staff member assist you. Okay, if you feel dizzy or disoriented, sit down and we'll take off your hat and we'll have somebody assist you. Don't run down here, just take your time, try to get in the shade. Babcock, who is the director of the Culture Olympiad, speak with the band members on Sunday night. No, I mean, tonight's Sunday night. It was Thursday night. I'm disoriented. Can I sit down? Thursday night, Dr. Babcock came and talked to the band about how the Cultural Olympiad fits into the ACOG program and how it relates to the Olympics. And also with Alex Ulrich, talked to the band, and we saw some videotapes, see how this is an integral part of the Olympic movement. The volunteers are part of the Olympic force, and Holly Mulls, our volunteer coordinator. We had a meeting this afternoon of those that are interested in volunteering.
And now, the Atlanta Olympic Band will perform Winter Games, which was written for the 1988 Winter Games in Calgary, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, in the true spirit of Georgia's champions, we officially open the Georgia League Championship. The Georgia League Championships are declared officially open.
ceremonies. The Atlanta Olympic Band is part of the Atlanta Committee for the Olympic Games Cultural Olympiad. Timber Babcock is the director of the Cultural Olympiad, and Alexander Aldridge considers the music programs. The Atlanta Olympic Band is comprised of 300 students representing 89 high schools and colleges throughout Georgia. Director of the band is Bucky Johnson. Associate Director is Andrea Chapman. Assistant Directors are Robert Bryant, Randall Cole, Vince Rossi, and Alfred Watkins. Administrative Assistant is Holly Lowe. The band is also supported by a large number of volunteers who help with every aspect of the program. And now, the Atlanta Olympic Band will perform Winter Games, which was written for the 1980 Winter Games. Selects the same plan for winning the right to host the 1994 Super Bowl and the 1996 Centennial Games by performing Triumph by Robert Smith.
And you talk about preparation in football. These young women and men are getting ready 3 years in advance. There you go, game face. It is 10-7, Tampa Bay over the Atlanta Falcons. More on the halftime report right after this.
Hi.
And welcome back to the Falcons halftime report, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are up on the Falcons 10-7 in a defensive battle, a battle that has starred and showcased some of the defensive players. We lost a familiar face, WSB actually radio, but we saw him going through the building all the time. He was Rob Jackson, who I guess was the head of TV or radio sports sales. Now you're the head of administration with the Falcons. And why in the world did you leave us, WSB radio? Was it all the TV guys bugging you?
All the TV guys, too. I just had to get out of there. No, seriously, it was a tremendous opportunity to come home with the Falcons, and this football team is, we're into such an exciting year with not only our team this year, but the Super Bowl coming up and all the exciting things in the Georgia Dome. And it was just a chance of a lifetime for me to come and have a chance to work with the Atlanta Falcons.
And we can tell that you've been on radio because we got to turn you to the camera where we do have to look at that thing. There you go. As your background in radio and sports sales, how much does that help you promote this team in a year that has the Super Bowl, so many new players? Is it a job that takes a lot of work, or does it almost team promote itself and you have to guide it?
Stu, honestly, we have a tremendous opportunity with the NFL and with the Falcons because we have so many quality advertisers, the Coca-Colas and the Deltas and the McDonald's advertisers that are associated with the NFL. Our job here locally is to find ways to implement and integrate on a local marketing level their national efforts and make things happen here in Atlanta for the team and for the advertisers and for the sponsors.
Couldn't have said any better if you were on radio. How exciting. Let's make something clear that we were talking to you. You, if friends are watching you, have no access to Super Bowl tickets. And we were at the luncheon for the Falcons. Really, Super Bowl tickets cannot be gotten through the Falcons organization.
No, the tickets are controlled by the host committee. Atlanta, we're tickled to death that Atlanta's the host committee, the host for the Super Bowl. But the tickets are controlled by the host committee. And
it's halftime report right after this.
Sports Final with Stu Plytenic.
Left it. Left it.
I think they need another run through. Oops.
Oops, there it is.
I did go down on the other one, too.
Good. How about yourself?
Again? Encore!
Administrative assistant is Alan Ball. The band is assisted by a large number of volunteers who help with every aspect of the program. The Atlanta Olympic Band is part of the Atlanta Committee for the Olympic Games Cultural Olympiad. Jeffrey Babcock, director of the Cultural Olympiad, and Alexander Aldridge, producer of the music programs, have been instrumental in conceptualizing the Atlanta Olympic Band's role as a part of the ambitious four-year multidisciplinary arts program. The Cultural Olympiad offers festivals and events which will focus the eyes of the world on the rich cultural legacy of Atlanta, Georgia, and the Southeast. It will also bring the best of the world to the region and enable audiences to experience firsthand the artistic and cultural heritage of many other nations. This environment will foster and inspire unique opportunities for creative collaboration and cross-cultural exchanges between American artists and their international peers. This original composition was written for the band to premiere at the Flag and Arrival ceremonies in Savannah, year September 1992. This was the beginning of the 4-year Olympiad, which culminates in the summer of 1996 with the Centennial Olympic Games. An Olympic salute. This work was written by Mark Arabian, an Atlanta composer, for the closing ceremonies of the Barcelona Olympic Games. Bill Montclair has arranged this selection for tonight's premiere. Jackson will now conduct this Olympic favorite arranged by Jay Boko. conducts the band in Triumph by Robert Smith. With this selection, we salute the city of Atlanta, home of the three-time National League West champions, the Atlanta Braves, the host city of the 1994 Super Bowl, and the site of the 1996 Centennial Games. Founder of the International Olympic Committee, summarized the Olympic credo. He said, "The important thing in the Olympic Games is not to win, but to take part. The important thing in life is not the triumph, but the struggle. The essential thing is not to have conquered, but to have fought well." As preparation for the Centennial Olympic Games continues, we welcome the fans of America and the world to the city of Atlanta.
More fun and fantasy at our trip through the Enchanted Garden at the Henrietta Eggleston Children's Christmas Parade, live from downtown Atlanta. I can remember very well the day that Atlanta got the Olympic Games because I was in Tokyo covering it. And it indeed was a dream come true. And this next group of youngsters are from the 1993 Dream Team.
Oh, I remember too, Monica. I was at the big party at Underground. They're a group of high school students, the Dream Team, selected statewide each year to work as ambassadors for the Atlanta Committee for the Olympic Games. They promote the spirit and ideals of the Olympic movement. And today, guess who they've brought with them? Atlanta's own very special mascot for the Summer Games, Izzy. There he is. He's the hero of the torch of the Olympic Games. And boys, welcome to Marietta Street and the Eggleston Children's Christmas Parade. Izzy?
Following close behind, the Atlanta Olympic Band. It's a 200-member musical group of talented musicians from high schools and colleges across the state. The Olympic Band is part of the Cultural Olympiad. Now, this four-year arts program helps to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the modern Olympic Games. It is the most comprehensive cultural agenda ever undertaken by a host city for the Olympics. Let's listen to them. They are great.
Safety first is the motto of this next color.
The city of Atlanta, the home of Martin Luther King Jr., and we welcome you back to the National Holiday Parade as we celebrate what would have been his 65th birthday.
Exactly. It's going to be a great parade. The cold seems to have gone away. I tell you, I never dreamed I'd be this warm sitting in here. It's really quite nice. Yes.
It's a beautiful. And there's a look at Izzy. That's the Atlanta Olympic mascot. The Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Site is being refurbished to be getting quite a facelift as we prepare for the 1996 Olympics.
Right. This is in conjunction with the King Center, and this is going to be, I don't think, we've had a lot of visitors to the King Center in the past. But with the Olympics coming here, it is going to be unbelievable.
Obviously, the King Center, the most visible aspect of King's legacy, and we're talking about 250,000 people here this weekend. When the Olympics come around, they're talking about over 100,000 per day.
Oh, I think they'll be prepared. I'm sure they will be, yes. Atlanta is looking forward to that. Oh, that's what it looks like. All right. That's Izzy, right?
Used to be, what is it? It's not
now it's Izzy.
On the back of his golf cart.
I plan to be in Atlanta for the Olympics. Oh, yes, indeed. I definitely plan to be here for. I really didn't go to any of the events in Los Angeles because I probably because I live there. I think I'll be more excited because it is here in Atlanta. I'm getting to where I really like this city, you know.
I know. Lenny Wilkins, coach of the Hawks, was asking me the other day if you lived here. He's seen you around town so much lately.
I feel like I have, yes. I'm here so much.
Well, they seem to be on the way to be the city of champions if the Falcons can get it together next year. The Hawks are doing well.
Yes, indeed.
And the Braves are doing well, so who knows?
And Evander Holyfield, who we'll see later, is the
exactly.
champion.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, coming up, we have the Atlanta Olympic Band.
We've seen the Atlanta Olympic Band the last couple of years. They represent 89 high schools and colleges. Very competitive to be selected to be a participant with this band. A lot of travel.
Oh, Izzy has his own song, huh?
Blues.
All right, okay. I love it. The band is promoting public support and enthusiasm for the games by involving outstanding young musicians in performances that demonstrate the strength of the band programs in Georgia. That's quite a band. I believe we have 300 of them.
Correct.
Robert Bryant is the director of the Grady High School Band, and Melvin Hodges is the director of Stone Mountain High School Band.
As the Atlanta Olympic Band makes its way down Auburn Avenue, let's go down to Karen Duba. Karen?
Craig. I'm with the Grand Marshal of today's parade, the King.
Yes, I got it on.
from is the Atlanta Olympic Band. They've played for some pretty impressive functions as well. The inaugural parade, they played at the Super Bowl. One of the best bands you're going to ever hear, I think.
And I think some of their best jobs are going to be coming up as the Olympics get closer. Today they're going to play a song that was written just for them called Under the Flag.
All right, let's listen.
This is the Atlanta Olympic Band coming up on your screen right now. What would a parade be without bands? Huh, Tommy?
I'll tell you, they've really got some bands in here. These are some beautiful looking bands. The nice thing is, being on the TV here, they play for us as they go by, and so we get to get the best of the parade. All right, General Michael Spiegelmeier in the car with the Olympic Committee preceding the band.
Of course, he heads up the Atlanta Committee for the Olympic Games, and this is the Atlanta Olympic Band right in front of us. They won the Chairman's Trophy this morning.
Basically, one of the first times we were able to see this band is when the Olympic flag arrived here a couple of years ago down on River Street.
That was a lot of fun, except the weather, Brad. You made up for it today. It poured rain that whole day.
Yeah, there was a lot of rain, you're right.
A lot of pretty umbrellas.
there you have the Olympic Dream Team.
One of the ladies' organizations that's in the Irish group now, and they you know, for so many years they didn't have a lot of participation by the wives, and
Well,
I think
the
they
wives
kind of
are
put the
looking
pressure on you guys.
The wives are looking after the children today. That's
yes.
Well, I still think they ought to
And
put
now
them
the
behind the
children.
horses, though.
That's sure. The Daughters of Ireland, they're floating.
Now we've got the Atlanta Olympic Committee in here. These are the Daughters of Ireland. Let's go to Avis with the Atlanta Olympic Committee. Avis?
Doug, I have General Michael Spiegelmeyer with ACOG. You know, these are the people who are helping us organize the Olympics from Atlanta to Savannah, and they also brought the band with us. Tell us about the members of the band.
The members of the band are from all over the state of Georgia, the finest young musicians in the high schools of Georgia.
How were they chosen?
Excuse me? They were chosen by musical selection.
And I understand there's something coming behind us, something exciting?
That's right, our great friend Izzy will be on the Kodak float. Izzy.
Something to look forward to a little bit further in the parade. Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
Very good. They have a very nice group
They
there.
really, they were in the Super Bowl performance.
All right. We'd like to go to Veronica Getz now. Veronica?
Under the auspices of the Atlanta Committee for the Olympic Games and the Cultural Olympiad, the Atlanta Olympic Band, which you see arrayed on the field, is comprised of high school and college students, the best high school and college student musicians in Georgia. The band was organized in 1992, has involved over 450 students, 200 adult volunteers, and 70 music educators. The director of the band is Bucky Johnson. The assistant director is Andrea Chapman. The associate directors are Robert Bryant, Randall Coleman, Vince Ross, and Alfred Watkins. The administrative assistant is Holly Mull. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Atlanta Olympic Band. The Atlanta Olympic Band will now perform Under One Flag under the direction of Associate Drum Major Michelle Ramsey from the University of Georgia. Under One Flag was commissioned for the band and composed by Jay Bocock. The band will now perform Blues for Izzy. Everybody knows who Izzy is, I assume. Under the direction of Associate Drum Major Laurie Tanner from Mercer University. Blues for Izzy was composed by Bill Locklear. Our tuba soloist is Steve Azar from Georgia Tech. Next, the band will perform Olympic Flag Fanfare and Theme under the direction of Head Drum Major Dana Papp from Georgia Tech. Olympic Flag Fanfare and Theme was commissioned for the arrival of the Olympic flag in Georgia in 1992. It was composed by James Curnow. The band will now play Anthem for Victory under the direction of Associate Drum Major D'Amico Jackson from Stone Mountain High School. Anthem for Victory was commissioned for the band and composed by Quincy Gilbert. 1884, and finally Lou Whiting, competitor in the modern pentathlon in 1970.
Georgia Olympic Day Games. Thank you.
Please stand for the Olympic flag as the Olympic band plays the Olympic hymn under the direction of band director Bucky Johnson. The Olympic hymn is used for the opening and closing ceremonies for the Olympic Games. welcome our torch relay team as the band plays Triumph.
here and try to reach up, and you just relax and stand next to him. Just stand. Don't do anything yet. Just stand there. You got it. Okay.
Now, joining Billy Payne to administer the Olympic oath to the athletes will be Brian Battle of Rainbow Elementary School. He's a 6th grader there. That's in DeKalb County in Decatur, Georgia. And 8th grader Laura Youngblood from Georgia Military College in Milledgeville, Georgia.
Thank you, Bob. I'll ask DeKalb County Chief Executive Officer Leanna Leviton to read the oath along with these fine young kids.
In the name of all the competitors, I promise that we shall take part in the Georgia Olympic Day Games, respecting and abiding by the rules which govern them, in the true spirit of sportsmanship, for the glory of sport and the honor of our schools.
Thank you.
Next on our program, I'd like to introduce Mr. Charles Buffing, played Pinnacle, as we close the opening ceremonies. And thank you very much to the finest band in Georgia, the Atlanta Olympic Band.
Of more than 300 students from all over Georgia. They were selected through a rigorous process by the Atlanta Committee for the Olympic Games Centennial Olympiad. They are accompanied by the 1996 Atlanta Olympic mascot. What is it? The Atlanta Olympic Band. Advancing to the review.
1, 2, 3.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.